The central limit theorem for sample proportions states that if P is the proportion of a population that possesses a certain feature, then distribution of sample proportions that possesses the same feature, denoted as P hat, is approximately normally distributed. If or when n times P greater or equal to 10 and n times q is greater or equal to 10, where is, if you remember, q is 1 minus p. Okay, now it is normally distributed and with the mean equals to proportion of the population, and the standard deviation of the distribution of sample proportions could be calculated using this formula. It's a square root of p times q divided by n. All right, so let's take a look at the application. According to a study, 5.4% of the passengers fly first class. So here we're given that proportion of the population is 5.4%. So we're going to convert it into a decimal form. Next, a random sample of size 215 was obtained by researcher. Find the probability that at least 10 people in the sample of first class passengers. So we're looking for the probability that P hat, at least means that many or more. So greater or equal to 10 out of 215. Which is approximately 0.0465. All right, so first what we need to do, we need to verify that our conditions are satisfied. In other words, n times p is greater or equal to 0 and n times q is greater or equal to 0. So let's so n times p is 215 times 0.054, which is 11.61, which is greater than 10, so we're good there. Now let's calculate n times q. The basically, this is the probability of success, this is the probability of failure. So 215 times q is 1 minus p. So 1 minus 0.054, and that number is 2 or 3.39, which is also greater than 10. So we are good to go. Now, so our distribution of sample proportions follows normal distribution with a mean that equals to the proportion of the population. And the standard deviation, so this is mean of proportions, and the standard deviation of proportions is the square root of p 0.054 times q 1 minus 0.054 divided by n 215. All right, let's figure it out. Which comes out to be 0.0154. Okay, so and let's find the probability. So normal distribution 0.054 and 0.04 is on this side. We're looking for the probability that a sample will have more than 10 or at least 10 passengers. First class. Let's take a look at our use our technology again. Okay, there you go. So again, I pulled up the normal calculator. I put in my mean and standard deviation. For the X, I put in 0.0465. Selected, oh, I actually didn't select the right sign. So we're looking the probability that there will be at least 10 passengers. So the area on the right is 0.6869 approximately. So this was our central limit theorem for the distribution of sample proportions. And next, we're gonna talk about the distribution of the sums.